So, welcome everybody. So, today's class is a repeat from yesterday's, but I managed to get around to drawing you. Well, you know, the proportions aren't great, but basically we're looking at stress, but particularly the amygdala. So if you were to go in sideways, the amygdala is kind of about here. It's about the size of an almond, and it's a bit like the old-fashioned alarm bells. Remember, they used to be painted red, and in cartoons they kind of go, that's what it does. And it sends a signal into the hypothalamus, which then sends a signal into the central nervous system and the automatic nerves, down into the adrenal glands, which are these little kind of pyramid-shaped glands on top of the kidneys. So we're going to focus on the kidneys, but also on a couple of mudras, one particularly which we'll start with, which switches off this response. Because, of course, stress is an integral part of being human and learning how to evolve and learn. So a certain amount of stress is helpful. But we live in a world where we're in permanent stress a lot of the time, and we're not running away from the saber-toothed tiger or the attackers. So we're not using all that adrenaline that's pumped into the system through the adrenal glands to run away. Because if you run away, it uses all that energy, and then your body resets itself and it's back into normal sort of relaxation response. But it doesn't tend to do that in the modern world. And we believe that doctors believe, and the science is beginning to suspect that it's true, that 99.9% of all disease is caused because of stress, which creates inflammation. And that comes from the leaky guts. Sounds lovely, doesn't it? Check out leaky guts, where the vagus nerve is not working properly because the gut leaks and it doesn't go out in the proper plumbing way. It leaks into the vagus nerve, which then sends some of the toxins into the brain, which is why they believe that there's a huge increase in Parkinson's, dementia, and all that kind of stuff. So look after your stomach and what you're eating and stuff like that. So we're going to start. So the posture focus is going to be around the kidneys, which are around about there. So we're going to actually use the hands onto the back to bring focus to them visually in our mind and touching. So we'll be doing quite a few back bends and obviously counterbalancing that with forward folds. So just be gentle if you know your back is a little bit sore, don't overdo it. But we're going to start with this. So you're going to bring your hands up, bring your thumb in. So the thumb is the fire element, but it's also related directly to the amygdala. So we're going to switch off the amygdala by simply doing that. Squeeze, bring the hands to here, close your eyes, breathe in for a count of 4, and breathe out for 4. So when we work with the even breath, which is called sukha, we're just balancing the nervous system. So the inhale is sympathetic nervous system, and the exhale is the parasympathetic nervous system. So we're just bringing balance to those systems through the breath. So just work with a count of 4, keep it really simple. And actually some people automatically do this when they're feeling stressed. The thumb goes in and they squeeze there. So the body's very intelligent. It has mechanisms that it can use to directly affect the stress response. So when you can feel yourself becoming agitated or slightly stressed by whatever situation you find yourself in, just do this. And then just breathe. You don't need to close your eyes. You can just, if you're in a meeting, you can carry on the meeting and just do the breath. So as you just carry on with that breath, I'm just going to explain a little bit again, so you can visualize what's happening So you can start to understand the body's response in everyday activities, and you'll start to feel it happening in your body, so you'll understand when you're in stress response, even though you might not be aware of it. So the amygdala goes off, so that's the part of the brain that works with organising and it's part of the limbic system, so it plays a role in our learning behaviour and our emotional control. So it goes off, it goes alert, 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 something's happening, into the hypothalamus, which activates the central nervous system, then sends signals via the autonomic nerves to the adrenal glands. So it goes from the brain to the adrenal glands. They flood the bloodstream with adrenaline, and then your body's ready to run. But most of the time we don't do that. So it stays in the body's systems and causes inflammation of all the organs and then disease. So if you look at the word disease and split it up into dis and then ease, disease is simply a lack of ease. And that comes from a lot of modern day stress. And when we don't keep an eye on that, we have lots of health problems like anxiety, depression, digestive problems, headaches, muscle tension, pain, heart disease, heart attack, high blood pressure, sleep problems, weight gain, memory problems. So there's a lot we can do ourselves. So just focusing on the breath, squeezing the thumb. Lovely, and one more. Lovely, now from here, I just want you to come and lie down on your tummy. So this is another way to calm the nervous system by lying on your front. We're going to bring the big toes together, and then I want you to put your passive hand on top of your active hand and bring the forehead to the middle knuckle. And then really concentrate on a deep abdominal breath. So just the action of the abdominal breath. As you know, we do this quite a lot. It helps to create a better health for the visceral organs, and in doing that, it creates a better health of the vagus nerve, which runs from the stem of the brain all the way through the digestive organs and the heart and the lungs, and into the stomach, which is called the gut brain. So it's really important what we put in our stomach in order to keep the brain and the nervous system healthy. If you want to, start to lengthen the exhale, which drops you into the relaxation response. Lovely. Now bring the hands under the shoulders. And we're going to just start with a low cobra, and slowly, as the body feels fine, you're going to increase that lift. So the action of cobra squeezes into the adrenal glands and the kidneys. Inhaling, exhaling. Start to increase the height. And just listen to the lower back, so make sure it feels fine for the back. Just go to what suits your back. Good. Now next time you lift, I want you to exhale to the left and sort of look over the left and tip the shoulder downwards slightly so it squeezes the left kidney. Inhale to center. Exhale, squeeze to the right. And again, squeeze. Nice long exhalation. One more each side. Lovely, and lower. So we're going to counterbalance those back bends. I want you to come back into child's pose and stack the hands. Make sure you've got the thighs and the tummy connecting, and we'll do the deep abdominal breath again. So the inhale really pushes on the visceral organs. Lovely, come to upright kneeling. Okay, so if you need to pop something between the back of the hamstring and the calf muscle, do so. So this is hare pose, which is really soothing for the nervous system. Inhale, those are your ears. And then as you exhale, bring the hands to the tummy and fold forwards. Inhale, sweep up. Slight reach, so you get a bit of a back bend, squeeze onto the kidneys and the adrenals. And then exhale, nice long exhalation. Keep going. One more. Good, bring the hands forwards into cat. So I'm going to use tiger to focus on the kidneys, one side at a time. So the inhale, as if you're trying to tap the head with the toes. So that squeezes here, and then the exhale also squeezes. Okay, so inhale, exhale. One more. Lovely, other side, breathing in, breathing out. Last one. Lovely. Let's step the right leg forward. So we're just going to work through the leg channels. So the kidney meridian runs through the legs. So let's just warm up the legs. Inhale, lift the gaze. Exhale. Lovely. Now, keeping the tummy low on the right side, so it's inside the thigh. So we often do this when we're working with the visceral organs. So your tummy's at the inside of the thigh. Bring your hands to the, I'll show you this one. Bring your hands to the outer edge. The tummy's coming on the inside, you're quite low. And you're going to squeeze yourself around so that the whole of the visceral area is being slid to the left. Good. Now bring the hands into prayer position if that suits you. Don't worry if it doesn't. And just a really focused abdominal breath to the right side. Lovely. Come up and release that pressure. Palm the kidneys so it looks like that at the back. So you're kind of holding where the kidneys are, and just come backwards as you inhale. So there's a squeeze there, and then as you exhale, you release. So it's almost like we're palpating the kidneys by the movement. Inhale, and in doing that, we're stimulating in a positive way the adrenal glands. So kind of really lifting the heart space so it creates a squeezing pressure into that back region. Lovely. Release and step back. Same sequence to the left leg, so just working through the leg first, inhaling and exhaling. Good, last one. Lovely. Now, again, bring the belly on the left side, on the inside of the left leg, and then squeeze it as you come to the left. So just squeeze, 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 so that all the visceral are now pushing to the right. And then either just hold like that, or bring your hands fully across into prayer. Breathe deep to the left side. One more breath. Lovely. Release. Now palm your kidneys again. Inhale, squeeze back. Exhale, just slight movement forwards. Inhale and exhale. Good, last one. Lovely, hands come down, step back, tuck the toes, come into down dog, heel out the feet. Lovely, now as you heel the feet, I want you to slowly walk the feet towards the hands. So you're moving towards the front of the mat. And then we're going to use this half Uttanasana, it's sometimes called, to squeeze the back and stretch the legs. So bring the hands to the shins, soften the knees if you need to. And as you inhale, look up. So you're just coming halfway up and you can feel it squeezing that area of the back where the kidneys are. Exhale, see if you can make the exhalation slightly longer, and just be cautious with that extended exhale if you've got low blood pressure in this standing position. If you start to feel lightheaded, then don't extend the exhale. Last one. Good, now this time I'm going to come all the way up. Sweep the hands above you, push the palms to the ceiling, engage your tummy muscles. We're going to do a lateral squeeze. Exhale. Inhale. Focus as you squeeze. So we often use these movements in class for other focuses, but I want you to focus on that kidney. The kidneys on each side and the adrenal glands like little pyramids sitting on top. So when you focus the mind with the breath, you direct the energy to wherever you're focusing in the body. So give those kidneys and adrenal glands a good old squeeze, resetting the healthy balance between the sympathetic nervous system and the parasympathetic nervous system. Lovely, back to center, breath in. Good, exhale, bring your hands back into the kidney palm, push the pelvis forwards, lift the breastbone. Breathe. Sometimes this is called gardener's stretch, so it's really good when you've been doing a lot of forward folding. Good, inhale, sweep the arms up. And as you exhale, fold. Good, bring the hands to the shins again, inhale, lift the gaze. Exhale, lower. And again. And lower. Last one. Good, we're going to step back on the right leg into a warrior one base. Come up, and again, palm the kidneys. So we're just repeating the movements, but just using the legs in a different way. So just make sure you're getting a good stretch through the calf muscles, so we're working the rest of the body as well as focusing on the kidneys. And again, as you inhale, lift the gaze, feel that movement coming towards the palms of the hands. Exhale, release the squeeze, slight movement forwards. Inhale. And exhale. Good. Stay in the upright position. Inhale, sweep the arms up. tip the fingers down the back. Lift the elbows a bit more, as if you're trying to lift from the elbows and lengthen the breastbone up, and feel the squeeze into the back. Lovely, releasing. Let's step back into down dog. Heel out the feet. Good, now just bend the knees slightly, lift the sit bones. Start to lengthen the exhalation, caution with low blood pressure. Feel the tummy coming in towards the visceral area, so it's squeezing backwards into the kidneys and the adrenal glands, but at the same time it's massaging all of the nerve endings that flow from the vagus nerve all the way through the organs. Lovely, come forwards into plank, drop the knees if you need a softer movement down, and lower. We're going to come into Sphinx pose. So if at any point the movements in back bend become too much, you stay at the point that it feels comfortable for you. Spread the fingers nice and wide, press down through the forearms, relax the bottom. So remember, the focus is in the kidneys, so pull the spine forwards and visualize the kidney on the right and the left, the adrenal glands on top. You're good, going a bit deeper, raise the legs. Push the pubic bone towards the floor, keep pulling with the hands down and forwards, so you get that, you feel the squeeze in the back near the kidneys. Lovely, now lower the left leg. Reach forwards with the left hand, so it allows you to bring the chest up a little bit more. Reach back with the right hand, hold the foot, push the foot into the hand, the ankle into the hand, breathe. So we're just increasing the squeeze into the back of the body. Remember, if it feels too much, just take the previous position. Lovely, release. Switch sides. Left leg bends up. Right hand comes out, so it just lifts the chest a bit more. Left hand comes back and holds the leg. Lovely, and release. Counterbalancing, come up. Stack the hands, bring the tummy to the thighs, deep abdominal breath. Lovely, come back into cat. Inhaling and exhale back into down dog. Heel out the feet. Concentrate on lengthening the exhale so the tummy's pulling in and up. So you get this hollowing of the tummy, that beginning expression of Uddiyana Bandha. Let's step through on the right leg. Take a breath in. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweep the arms all the way up. Fingers interlace, push the palms to the ceiling, lateral squeeze. Back to center, lengthen up on the inhale. Exhale, bring the hands into the back, lift the breastbone, push the pelvis forwards. Good, inhale, lengthen up. Exhale, fold forwards, hands to the shin, soften the back of the knees if you need to protect the back. Inhale, lift the gaze. Exhale. And again, lift the gaze. Exhale. Once more. Lovely, step back on the left leg this time, drop the heel. Nice long warrior one. Inhale, sweep up, bring the hands to palm the kidneys again. Bring your mental attention to the hands so you're directing the energy. Inhale, squeeze. Exhale, release the squeeze. So it doesn't have to be a big movement. Just let the breath soothe into the visceral area. Good, last one. Body upright, inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, tip the fingers down the back. Lift the breastbone again so you get that squeeze on the kidney line. Lovely. Exhaling, stepping it back into down dog. Good, nice long exhale, draw the navel in and up. Feel the exhale massage the whole of the visceral area, so it's helping the whole of the vagus nerve as well as the kidneys and the adrenals. Good, inhale forwards into plank, drop the knees if you need to soften, lower. Good, back into the back bend. So again, staged approach, stop when it feels enough for your back. Starting with Sphinx pose, press down, pull forwards, feel the contraction in the mid-back area where the kidneys are. Let the breath go deep into the belly so you can feel it pushing against the floor, which increases the massage. Good, let's bend the knees. Next stage, this might be enough. So we're going to move towards bow pose. So you don't want to be doing bow pose if you've got a chronic back condition, problems in the shoulder, problems in the knees. Next position, reach back, grab the ankles with both hands, push the ankles into the hands, lift and breathe. So if you're breathing deep into the belly and you're in bow pose, you'll probably find that you just start to rock. Last one. Lovely, release. Let's counterbalance that with the Forward fold in child's pose. Really nestle the belly into the thighs. Maybe have a little bit of a rock from side to side so you can feel it gently massaging the back. And a nice deep abdominal breath again. Lovely. Inhale back into cat. Exhale down dog. Nice long exhalation. Squeeze the tummy in and up. Next breath in, step the left leg through. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale all the way up. Take the feet a little bit wider. Exhale. Gonna just ease out the back in a sort of moving a little bit from side to side. Imagine the tailbone dropping into the earth, like those tap roots you get on a dandelion, all the way down. Drop the tailbone as low as you can. Good. Now slowly come down to the floor. We're going to work with a sequence which works with the kidney meridian that runs all the way through the leg, but also squeezes. So start with the right knee bent, and we're going to come forwards on the inside as far as we can. And you might find that you just stay here and breathe. So there's some pressure on the right side of the body. Or you might find that you can come forwards and rotate the shoulder back, palm facing out, and take the other hand behind you, grab the fingers. So don't worry if you can't do that position, just get a pressure on the belly. Breathe deep. Two more breaths. Lovely, come up. Let the right knee roll out. So if you know your knee doesn't like it, prop it up or extend the leg out fully. If you've had a hip replacement or something's happening in the knee. We're going to turn so that the belly is facing that right knee and bring the left hand on the inside of the left leg to act as a pressure to push the body open. So I don't want you to roll forwards in this position. I want you to try and keep the chest open. Inhale, sweep the right arm up. Good. As you exhale, just bring that hand behind the head. And then on the next inhale, lift the elbow so you feel it moving into the ribs. The stretch. Good. Now slowly go sideways. So for some people, that sideways movement isn't very far. It doesn't matter. Just into the, so it has an effect upon the body. And you're reaching as far as you can. And then maybe if you've got the capacity in the shoulder and the lower back, reach forwards with the right hand, touch the toes. Keep the belly turning to the right. Breathe deep, feel the breath moving, particularly into the right lower back where the kidney is. Visualize it, be aware of the adrenal gland. Send the energy to it. Good, next inhale, come up nice and slowly. Really lengthen the spine and then rotate fully forwards to the left leg. So we're now just going to do a slightly different movement. Inhale, lengthen up. And as you exhale, come forwards. And again, for some people, forwards is literally a couple of millimeters. And for other people, it's the forehead on the shin. So whatever works for you. Just take your time. You can also use a belt to hook around the foot. Good, next inhalation, travel up. Counterbalance, so coming into a back bend now, bring the hand behind. Use the left arm as if you're being lifted up with it. Inhale, push the pelvis forwards diagonally and up. Can you take the gaze to the left thumb? So it just creates a deeper back bend. Deep abdominal breath. Keep the breath slow and focused. Actively pulling in the exhale. Good, and release. Well done. Same sequence to the other side. So we start with the left knee and bring the left arm on the inside. So you're creating some pressure like we did in the lunge. Okay, so you can just stay like that, or you might be higher up, but just make sure there's some pressure on the belly, or do the rotation. So you rotate the palm backwards so the hand faces out, bend at the elbow. Also, this is, you know, if you've got something going on in your shoulders, then this is quite tricky to do this movement. And then hook, and then breathe. Stay focused on the breath, stabilizing the mind. Good, come back up. Let the left knee flow out. Straighten the leg out if it doesn't suit the knee, or use a blanket underneath the side. Turn so the belly's towards the knee. Keep it there so that we're keeping the chest open to the left. Right hand comes down. Inhale, sweep the left arm up. As you exhale, bring that hand down the back of the head, and then take another inhalation so you feel the stretch at the side of the body. And then as you exhale, start that journey sideways and forward. So it doesn't have to be far. It's not important how far the body gets into it. What's important is that it's slightly challenging. Maybe you're moving yourself out of your comfort zone a little bit, but you're not in any pain. And then maybe extend that top arm if you've got the reach to the toes. Keep rolling the ribs towards the sky. Good, one more deep breath. Slowly come up, rotate the torso so the belly's facing the right knee. Use a belt if you need to. Inhale and exhale, coming forwards. Good. Next, inhale, travel back up. Let's counterbalance those forward folds. Left hand comes behind. Use the right hand as a lift. Inhale, push the pelvis forwards, up. Lovely. And release. Well done. So before we do a few movements that will take us down, we're going to do a breath practice. So a comfortable sitting position. So this is another really useful mudra. The right hand is different to the left, so listen to the instructions carefully. Right hand, bring your thumb so it touches your middle finger and your little finger. So you've got like horns with the other two. And then with the left hand, you're going to curl your little finger in and press the thumb quite forcefully onto the fingernail. So just the little finger, left hand, right hand, thumb to the middle finger and the little finger. Eyes closed. So what this does is it enhances the stability of the earth element in the body's energetic system, which is Muladhara chakra, which is linked directly into the adrenal fatigue and the fight and flight response, because it's the root chakra is all about security and stability and safety. So we're going to use the extended exhale here. So breathe in for 4. Breathe out for 6 or more. So just work out what works with you tonight. So I'm not going to increase the breath. I want you to just do it naturally with your own breath imprint. So always keep the inhale at 4 and breathe out for longer than 6. Or just 6 is fine, as long as it's longer than the inhale. Let's have 3 more breaths. Last one. Lovely. Release the mudra. Make sure you're at the front of the mat. So it's recommended that you hold that mudra 3 times a day, just for a few breaths. Bring the hands behind the knees. So we're going to massage this section, so from the tailbone to whereabouts the kidneys are, before we come down. So as you inhale, lengthen the spine. As you exhale, pull the tummy muscles in, control the movement down, chin in. Inhale, draw yourself back up. Exhale, squeeze from the pubic bone all the way up to the breastbone with the tummy. Inhale all the way up. Exhale. Good. Now this time we're going to come all the way down. Let the feet come off the floor with you as you come down. Hands on the knees. Circle them wide and back in. Good. Change directions. Lovely. Now we're just going to go into a twist just to clear the systems a little bit. So I want you to drop your knees over and up towards the right underarm. Bring the right hand on top of the left knee. Shift your right shoulder blade over to the right a bit more. So the knees are as high up towards the right armpit as you can get them. Bend the left elbow, bring the arm out. Turn the gaze, deep abdominal breath. Feel the shape of the body and then the breath acting upon the shape, really massaging the visceral area. So it's just kind of doing a good old clean out of the vagus nerve. Use the long exhale to squeeze the navel into the spine. Good, back to center. Knees over and up towards the left armpit, left hand on top of the right knee. Shift your left shoulder blade across a little bit more, and then deep abdominal breath again. Feel the twisting nature of the shape, really encouraging the massage. Lovely, back to center. I'm going to exhale into coil, just neutralize that movement. Lovely, release the feet down, take the feet wide and let the knees drop towards each other and bring the hands onto the belly and take a deep breath in. Exhale with a sigh. And again, deep breath in, feel the tummy lift. Sigh it out. And again. So I'm going to use the mudra that we started the class with whilst we're lying down. So I want you to bring your thumbs in, both hands, squeeze your fingers, relax the fists on the belly. We're going to just start with an excuse me, an even count. So we're balancing, regulating both of the nervous systems. Breathe in for 4. Breathe out for 4. And again. I want you to bring to mind a past experience when perhaps you were very reactionary to a stressful situation, where the amygdala went off like a fire alarm and you went into full flight and fight response, and that might have been shouting loudly, retreating from the situation. So it was just we're just looking at a pattern of reactive responses. And I want you to imagine it happening again, but this time you put your thumbs inside your hand, you take a deep breath in. You just take a moment to pause before that alarm bell goes off, and then exhale. And notice if you could respond in a more positive way, from a place of equanimity, balance and calm. And just visualize yourself actually using this simple hand position with breath awareness throughout the day, and see if you can take it with you tomorrow into the next day to create a positive habit. Just a few more breaths. Lovely, let the hands relax. And as you inhale, sweep the arms overhead. Let's have a big sigh out. And again, sweep the arms over, breathing in. And a sigh out as the hands come back. And one more. Lovely. Let the knees come back up, squeeze them in. Roll to one side. Slowly push yourself back up to sitting. Bring the hands to the heart space. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale. And namaste.